Imagine this. You're sitting alone, repeatedly checking your phone, waiting for a text that seems to take an eternity to arrive. Or picture yourself at a gathering, trying subtly to catch the eye of someone who seems wholly absorbed by everyone else but you. It's frustrating, isn't it? Have you ever wondered why we spend so much energy vying for the attention of others, sometimes to no avail? Welcome to today's discussion on why fighting for someone's attention is a struggle you can gracefully walk away from, and what to do instead. This narrative is not just about unrequited efforts in love or friendships. It extends to every interaction that leaves you feeling lesser or drained. Today, we're going to explore a more fulfilling approach that aligns with Stoic principles, offering you a pathway to peace and self-respect. Number 1, understanding the desire for attention. In the bustling arena of our modern lives, attention from others often feels like the spotlight we all crave, validation that we matter, that we are seen. From social media likes to professional accolades, our world is intricately wired to make us seek out attention as a form of validation. This hunger stems partly from our upbringing and the societal conditioning that associates attention with affirmation and success. The noise around us is loud, telling us that the more people notice us, the more valuable we are. But let's delve into a more Stoic perspective on this subject. Stoicism, a philosophy that emphasizes virtue and control over one's own emotions and actions, provides a strikingly different viewpoint. It suggests that the true measure of our worth comes not from external validation, but from our internal moral compass and the integrity of our actions. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most respected Stoic philosophers, once articulated a profound thought. It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. These words offer a powerful reflection on human nature and the paradox of self-assessment versus external validation. What Aurelius highlights is the misguided emphasis we place on others' opinions, often at the expense of our self-respect and inner peace. He prompts us to question why we allow the perceptions of others to weigh so heavily on our perception of ourselves. This Stoic insight encourages a shift from seeking external validation to cultivating an unshakable self-awareness and self-appreciation. The desire for attention, when left unchecked, can lead to a relentless pursuit that drains our emotional energy. We may find ourselves adjusting our behaviors, masking our true selves, and performing roles just to fit into the mold that garners approval and applause from others. This can create a cycle of dependency where our happiness and self-esteem are constantly held hostage by how much attention we receive. In stepping back and viewing this through a Stoic lens, we begin to see the futility in this pursuit. Stoicism teaches us to focus more on self-development and personal virtues rather than external validation. This isn't to say that we should become indifferent to others, but that we should strive to find a balance where our actions are driven by authenticity and guided by wisdom rather than a thirst for recognition. Thus, understanding this desire for attention is the first step towards emancipating ourselves from it. By recognizing where our desire comes from and questioning its validity, we can start to free ourselves from the chains of external approval and begin to cherish our intrinsic value. This realization is the bedrock of the Stoic approach to personal freedom and contentment, the true hallmarks of a life well lived. Number 2, the Stoic approach to attention-seeking. The Stoic philosophy imparts a profound wisdom on how to deal with our inherent desire for validation from others. Stoicism tells us to direct our focus inward, concentrating on aspects that are within our control, our thoughts, our actions, and our responses, rather than yearning for external validation, which remains largely out of our control. Epictetus, a sage in the Stoic tradition, famously asserted, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." This fundamental Stoic principle suggests a radical shift in how we approach the issue of seeking attention. Instead of expending energy on influencing how others perceive us, an outcome we fundamentally cannot control, we are encouraged to focus on our own actions and on cultivating our character. In practical terms, this means prioritizing self-improvement and integrity over winning the approval of others. For instance, rather than adjusting our personality or opinions to become more likable, Stoicism teaches us to cultivate virtues such as wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. By focusing on these intrinsic values, we anchor our sense of self-worth to something more stable and enduring than the fluctuating opinions of others. Moreover, Stoicism encourages us to examine our intentions when seeking attention. Are we trying to fill a void of self-esteem with others' approval? Are we equating attention with love, respect, or competence? By scrutinizing our motives, we can often uncover deeper insecurities or misalignments in our values that need addressing. This self-inquiry is crucial because it redirects our energy towards personal growth and self-acceptance. This Stoic approach also involves developing detachment from the outcomes of our social interactions. Instead of getting caught up in the anxiety of how we are perceived, we can learn to engage with others more authentically, expressing ourselves honestly and respecting our true nature without the overarching need for approval. This detachment does not mean we become cold or uncaring about others. Rather, it means that our self-esteem is not reliant on their assessments. This is a freedom that also allows us to be more present and genuine in our interactions, which paradoxically can lead to deeper and more meaningful connections with others. By investing in ourselves and prioritizing our own ethical development, we build a sense of self that does not easily waver in the social winds of approval and disapproval. This robust sense of identity and confidence is not only more fulfilling, but also more likely to attract genuine respect and attention naturally, rather than something we must incessantly seek. This grounding in self-possession and virtue is the Stoic remedy to the elusive pursuit of attention. It is a call to return to ourselves, strengthening our interior life to the point where external validation loses its grip on our peace of mind. Number 3, building self-sufficiency instead of seeking validation. In the pursuit of personal fulfillment and peace, Stoicism advocates strongly for the development of self-sufficiency. This concept extends far beyond mere independence in carrying out daily tasks. It's an invitation to cultivate a deep-seated resilience and autonomy in our emotional and psychological lives. The ideal of self-sufficiency is rooted in the belief that true contentment comes from within and not from the fleeting validations and opinions of others. How does one begin to build such resilience? It involves a deliberate and consistent practice of focusing on self-growth and relying on oneself for validation. This might mean setting personal goals that align with your values and following through on them without seeking external approval. For instance, if you value learning, you might set a goal to read a certain number of books each month, independently of any recognition or acclaim from others. Another practical step is engaging in self-reflection. This could be a structured practice like journaling or meditation, where you spend time alone with your thoughts, evaluating your decisions and planning your future actions. Such practices help to solidify your understanding of who you are and affirm your values, which reduces the urge to seek external validation. As you become more attuned to your true self, your dependency on others for acknowledgement and approval naturally diminishes. Moreover, committing to your personal principles, regardless of popular opinion, is a powerful way to enhance self-sufficiency. This can be challenging, particularly in a society that often prizes conformity and popularity. However, Stoicism teaches us the virtue of constancy and consistency in living according to reason and virtue. Whether or not others agree with or support your actions should not deter you from your moral and ethical path. Investing in relationships that honor and foster your autonomy is also crucial. Surround yourself with people who respect your journey towards self-sufficiency and who support your growth without imposing their expectations on you. These relationships, based on mutual respect and genuine connection, reinforce your path to internal validation rather than detracting from it. Lastly, embracing self-sufficiency means learning to comfort oneself in times of distress or loneliness, a common trigger for seeking attention. Building skills like resilience and emotional regulation can help you navigate these periods without external crutches. When you cultivate a reliable inner sanctuary, you are less likely to reach out desperately for someone else's attention to soothe your discomforts. By integrating these practices into your life, you gradually shift from a stance of neediness towards a position of strength and autonomy. Building self-sufficiency is fundamentally about reinforcing your inner foundation so that you stand complete and content in your own being. This transformation not only diminishes the need for external validation, but also changes how the world interacts with you. People begin to sense your self-assuredness and integrity, often leading to a deeper, more respectful engagement that is not predicated on the shallow metrics of attention and validation. In this way, the Stoic journey towards self-sufficiency offers a path not just to personal peace, but to richer and more authentic interactions with others as well. Number 4. Redirecting relationships and social interactions. As you begin to embrace the Stoic practice of building self-sufficiency and reduce your reliance on external validation, you inevitably start to see shifts in your social interactions and the nature of your relationships. This transformation can be profound and might be challenging at first, but it often leads to healthier and more genuine connections. Firstly, when you stop actively seeking attention and instead focus on cultivating your inner virtues, you organically start to project a sense of self-confidence and tranquility. This change can alter how people perceive and relate to you. Those who were accustomed to your previous patterns of seeking approval may initially be puzzled by your newfound composure. However, as you consistently embody these Stoic principles, your relationships begin to realign around this new dynamic. You might find that some relationships, particularly those that thrived on your past insecurities, may fade. Meanwhile, others, grounded in mutual respect and admiration for your authentic self, will likely strengthen. Moreover, by redirecting the energy once spent on soliciting attention into cultivating your self-worth and capabilities, you naturally become more interesting and engaging to others. True confidence attracts, and your focus on living a principled and passionate life makes you inherently more attractive. This isn't the superficial allure of someone desperate for validation, but the deep, magnetic pull of someone who is self-assured and content. Another significant aspect of redirecting your relationships concerns how you interact in social contexts. For example, if your social behavior was previously characterized by attempts to be noticed or to dominate conversations, adopting a more Stoic approach focuses you on listening and engaging more thoughtfully. This can drastically alter your social interactions, making them more meaningful. Instead of using social exchanges as platforms for self-promotion, they become opportunities for genuine connection and learning. This Stoic transformation also encourages you to establish boundaries that protect your mental space from being overly influenced by the thoughts and demands of others. Stoicism teaches the importance of retaining a part of yourself that is solely yours, untouched by the external world. Learning how to say no or opting out of situations that drain your energy rather than fueling your growth are crucial steps in maintaining healthy relationships and interactions. Lastly, the shift towards not fighting for attention leads to a significant reduction in interpersonal conflicts. A lot of social strife stems from misunderstandings, envy, and competition for recognition. By removing yourself from this competitive dynamic and focusing instead on acting with virtue and integrity, you lessen the likelihood of such conflicts. Your interactions are no longer about proving anything to anyone. They're about exchange and mutual growth. This can greatly improve the quality and satisfaction of both your social and intimate interactions. In summary, the Stoic focus on developing self-sufficiency profoundly impacts your relationships and interactions with others. It encourages a shift from dependency and insecurity to a position of strength and authenticity. As you grow into this Stoic mindset, you'll likely find that your relationships become not only healthier, but also more fulfilling, reflecting your own inner tranquility and self-respect. Number 5. The liberating effect of letting go. Embracing the Stoic principle of letting go, especially when it concerns the ceaseless pursuit of attention, can be an incredible source of liberation. This notion extends far beyond superficial interpretations of detachment. It entails a profound reassessment of what truly benefits our lives, cutting away the relentless drive for external validation that often leads to frustration and discontent. The release begins with understanding and then gradually relinquishing the hold that the desire for attention has over us. This is not about giving up on relationships or social interactions, but about reshaping them so they no longer hinge solely on the approval we receive from others. Such a shift not only frees up emotional energy, but also alleviates the pressure to constantly perform or meet perceived expectations. When we let go of the craving for external attention, we make room for more genuine self-expression and engagement with the world. This liberation has several palpable effects. For starters, it significantly reduces anxiety and stress. The fear of judgment or rejection can be paralyzing, leading to overthinking and self-doubt. By freeing ourselves from the need for validation, we remove a major source of psychological strain. This allows us to act more confidently and decisively, as our decisions are guided by our values and judgment, not by an anticipation of how they will be received. Moreover, letting go empowers us to make choices that are aligned with our true selves. It encourages us to live authentically, making decisions that resonate with our deepest convictions rather than those that aim to sculpt an image for the sake of others' approval. The energy that once went into managing perceptions can now be redirected into more fulfilling activities, pursuing hobbies, cultivating talents, and investing in relationships that truly matter. Another significant aspect of this liberation is the increase in personal growth. When we are not tethered to the fleeting and often fickle opinions of others, we can pursue our personal development more freely and wholeheartedly. We become more open to feedback, not as a reflection of our worth, but as constructive input that can help us grow. This mindset fosters a learning environment where we are students of life, open to lessons without being vulnerable to criticism. Physically, too, letting go of the need for attention can have rejuvenating effects. The tension and exhaustion that come from constantly performing or seeking validation can take a toll on our health. Without these stresses, our body can experience a significant increase in energy and vitality. Finally, the practice of letting go cultivates deeper contentment and peace. Stoicism doesn't just teach us how to detach from unnecessary external desires, but also shows us the beauty of enjoying what we already have. This acceptance brings a serene joy that is far more satisfying than the fleeting pleasure of external validation. In summary, letting go of the struggle for attention can free us not only emotionally and mentally, but also spiritually and physically. It opens up a space where we can truly flourish, tapping into an internal well of peace and satisfaction that is far less volatile than the external world's approval could ever offer. This Stoic practice of detachment enriches our lives, transforming not just our relationship with ourselves, but also with the world around us. Fighting for attention is like clutching at water. It's elusive and leaves you feeling empty-handed. Instead, embrace the Stoic art of building and nourishing your inner garden. As you do so, you will cultivate a presence that doesn't just attract attention, rather, it commands respect and admiration effortlessly and naturally. If today's topic spoke to you, I encourage you to like, subscribe, and share this video. Engage with us in the comments below, share your experiences, and let's foster a community where we grow together, not just in resilience, but in wisdom and inner peace. So, until next time, focus on building your strengths and watch how the world shifts to appreciate the luminescence of a well-tended inner light. Thank you for joining me today. Stay strong, stay wise, and most importantly, stay tranquil.